All right, a landmark settlement between the NCAA member universities and college athletes. The NCAA and schools expected to pay over $2.8 billion in back NIL pay over the next 10 years to former college athletes, as well as setting up a system for a revenue share in college athletics. The mirage of amateurism is officially dead in college sports. You love to see it. This is a battle that's been going on forever. Really 20 years of work, multiple lawsuits, culminating in one ultimate settlement where the universities, the NCAA, are going to pay out these former players and then set up a system which NIL and the revenue sharing from all these massive TV deals are going to go to the players. But let's just break down the details. So over the next 10 years, they're going to be forking out $2.8 billion. 40% is covered by the NCAA, 60% is covered by the schools, and it breaks down even more between the Power 5, Group of 5, and the FCS. So that's going to hurt some of those smaller schools that don't have much of an operating budget. But really the big thing out of this settlement is the framework set up on how to deal with NIL and revenue sharing. The big thing is here, we're going to take about 22% is the number they came up with the top 4 revenue generating Power 4 conferences. That's going to be about $20 to $22 million a year that the teams, the universities, I say the teams, are going to have to pay out to their athletes. That's a big chunk of change. It's going to go to all their athletes. It isn't really clear how it's going to break down across those things, and there are some question marks. Even the people arguing in favor of this say football shouldn't be a part of this. Football should just deal with their own separate revenue generation stuff, because we all know football is king in college athletics. That's who makes the money. But basically, it sets up where everyone's going to get a pool of money. They're going to get paid. The players are going to get paid. And it could totally restructure how we deal with scholarships on top of it. Right now, there's allowed 120 players on a football team, but only 85 scholarships. They're thinking that number could drop to like 100, but all 100 are guaranteed scholarships. There is some concerning things, though. Title IX is not mentioned in this agreement, this settlement whatsoever. So are the money gonna have to be shared equally amongst the men and the women's sports? One would think, but that not being mentioned is a bit concerning. Now, the scholarship thing could be a positive. We're looking at 27 extra scholarships potentially for the ladies' sports out there, which is big. That's big time stuff right there. But really, everybody getting a piece of these massive TV deals, the revenue sharing going to the players. It's like 20% of the athletic budget is what they came up with, like I said. So $20 to $22 million. And they're going to evaluate it. It's going to be a 4% increase each of the first 3 years. And then they're going to evaluate again at year 4 to how to adjust, what they're going to do, make some changes, tweak. You got to tweak these things, but this is a massive thing that we never thought we would see the NCAA agreeing to or caving to. But the big thing is it ties these member institutions, these Power 5 conferences, to the NCAA for the next 10 years. So all these rumors and talks that they could split off, form their own college football conference, form their own college basketball thing, and play their own tournaments, their own postseason, and basically stick it to the NCAA. That gets rid of that for now. I think the teams are going to be happy. The schools are going to be happy. Now, athletic budgets are going to kind of have to be in a tight squeeze. Some schools make a ton more money than others, like Ohio State in the Big Ten, $250 million. UCLA, like $110 million, both in the Big Ten. That's a big difference there. But they are capping it so you can't get really a huge advantage for them. But the small schools are really going to be in a budget crunch. And you know what? Parity is going to go away maybe, but we've already seen that go away. We got these 2 massive conferences. The big winners here, Big Ten, SEC, obviously. Major TV deals. They have all these major schools now coming in and playing in that conference. It is what it is, unfortunately. I do think we're ultimately going to get to SEC, Big Ten. Those are your 2 conferences in football, and we split it up like the NFL, 4 divisions in each. We figure out a postseason system to get that thing working out. But this is a huge settlement. $2.8 billion to the former athletes. I'd love to see that. Maybe I know some people are going to get a chunk of change coming out here. It is going to be a financial crunch. Hopefully we don't lose sports and other things with needed. Maybe they'll just fire all these middle manager, administrative people. Get rid of them. They're just a waste of time because you have to spend the money. You make this money as like nonprofit institutions. Yeah, the money has to go somewhere. Now we can get rid of these people who don't do shit, making way too much money, and we can get it back to the players who people are actually paying to see. We need some balance, though. We need some restrictions in the current wild west of NIL and the transfer portal. So do your jobs, step up, build a correct framework, the appropriate way to approach these things. But all in all, I think the players are huge winners. The conferences are big winners. The big loser, the NCAA, which, you know, I absolutely love to see. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you in favor of this? Are you happy the players are getting their fair share? Or you think it's ruining the entire allure of college sports? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you haven't already, drop a quick like on this video. Subscribe to the channel. We got new sports content every single day. If you want to support the channel more, sign up for a channel membership. It helps support me, allows me to keep making this great content for you guys every single day. You get all sorts of cool perks, exclusive access to videos, early access to videos. Again, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.